Should a person recite more Quran in Ramadan, so get more quantity done, or can they do less but ponder over the Quran? Or should they do less and ponder over the Quran more? So in the end they have done not as much reading but more pondering of the Quran. Or should they do more to finish more khatma and not do as much or no pondering at all? So the ulama differ on this mas'ala. The Hanbali madhab says Quran with concentration is better. Quran with concentration, slower Quran with pondering over the meaning is better. But Ibn al-Qayyim summarizes this mas'ala very well, and he says the ulama have two opinions. And he says that some of the Sahaba, like Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, and others say to recite the Quran with pondering over it is better than reciting a lot of it. And they say for a few reasons. And they say the Quran was revealed to be pondered over, لِيَدَّبَّرُوا آيَاتِهِ, so the verse of the Quran can be reflected over. And they say because the people who are deemed Ahlul Quran, they are those who know the Quran, know the meanings of the Quran, and they practice on the Quran even if they've not memorized it. And there's some narrations from some of the Salaf that said that the Quran أُنزِلَ الْقُرْآنَ لِيُعْمَلَ بِهِ وَلَكِنَّ النَّاسِ اتَّخَذُوا قِرَاءَتَهُ عَمَلًا, that the Quran has been revealed so people can practice on it and benefit from it and ponder over it, but people have taken just mere recitation of it as practice, as practicing on it. And then they also say that the best actions is iman, and having high iman, and pondering of the Quran leads to high iman. And then other ulama, he said many Shafi'i scholars, but I've not checked, many Shafi'i scholars say that reciting more Quran is more beneficial. More Quran is more beneficial because of the virtues of reciting more words and getting more reward of the Quran. He says that in the end, the conclusion would be that a person who recites the Quran with concentration would be like somebody who gives charity with 1 or 2 jewels, but they're heavy in weight. So they are very small quantity, but they're so heavy in weight. And the one who recites the Quran, more of it without concentration or without pondering over it, would be like somebody who's given many coins or lots of money in charity. So it's many of it, but not weighty. It's many and not weighty. So the point would be there's good in both. There's good in both. And a person should do in the ta'arud, when he does, he should try and do both. So he should try and recite some of the Quran, have a portion for reciting a lot, and then also at some portion of the day to ponder over the meaning of the Quran. So he should try and do that. If he doesn't do that, then he looks to his situation, which one would benefit him more. If he understands Arabic, if after Ramadan he has time to ponder over it, then in Ramadan he can do more reading. He can do more reading. Otherwise, if the month of the Quran is Ramadan and he doesn't barely get a chance to open it during the year, then to benefit from the Quran in terms of meanings of it would be better. After Ibn Qayyim quotes that, he quotes a couple of narrations from some of the Sahaba, kind of indicating that the best reading is with pondering. I don't think he specifies that that's better, but he indicates it. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's recitation was described as يَمُدُّهُ مَدًّا. He used to read slowly, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا, slowly with pondering it, reciting the Quran with pondering and tadabbur, etc. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, a man said to him, I read the Quran very fast, so at night I finish it once or twice or thrice even. Ibn Abbas said that to read like that, I don't like reading like that. For me to recite one surah with tadabbur is better than reading much more of the Quran. إن كان لابد, but if you have no choice, فقرأ قراءة تسمع أذنيك ويعيها قلبك. If you must read so fast, then at least read in a way where your ears can grasp your recitation and your heart takes some benefit of it. And Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu said, لا تهد القرآن هذا الدقل وقفوا عند عجائبه وحركوا به قلوبكم ولا يكن هم أحدكم آخر السورة. He said, recite the Quran, don't recite the Quran with the speed and the manner of reading poetry, but rather stop at all the amazing things the Quran mentions. Use the Quran to motivate your heart, and let not one of your objectives be the end of the surah, but to enjoy the recitation. And Ibn Mas'ud said, if one of you hears Allah saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, is addressing you, then pay attention, because this is either going to be a command for you or a prohibition that you should turn away from. So